Sustainable Primary Productions, Level 4 class. We've been discussing how we sustainably create our own seed raising mixes and potting mixes and so on and so forth. And for our module, for the next module, which is intensive gardening, we will be sowing our seeds. Plus we also have a microgreen growing component. This example, this very quick video, is an example of how I made my microgreen seed sowing mix. It's not exact because the ingredients which I did use for that are currently not available. And as I said, this is for microgreens, and there will be another video on how you grow your microgreens. So it is different from sowing seeds, different requirements. So there's some flexibility to how we do this. And that was I think one of the main points to get through, that you can make your own, and what's the difference between a commercially bought one and what aspects do you need to know when you are creating your own products, which can save you a lot of money, and also you're not buying things in plastic bags, and we know how much we love plastic bags within the industry. Okay, so these are cocopeats. These are blocks of cocopeat. They are approximately 5 kilo blocks. You can look into the benefits, pros and cons of using cocopeat. For those who did little gardens, you may remember this. It is a pH neutral waste product from the coconut industry. It is shipped to New Zealand from Sri Lanka generally, so you do need to weigh up those pros and cons. It is not, however, peat, being dug up from a peat bog. And if you want to when I say that, go look it up. Go look up the difference between cocopeat versus peat. Anyway, very quick video. I did have a couple containers made up. Today is somewhere before moon opposite Saturn. I think 24 hours before moon opposite Saturn, and we are in a fruit day. So I have been sowing my peas and my beans and my pumpkins and my corn. And I ran out of potting mix, so I'm going to make some more into a large container, preferably with a lid. Also have a consideration to where you'll be working with your seed raising mix, because the container is heavy and I have broken a lot of these containers. A lid will keep the moisture in and stop any other stuff, seeds, wandering seeds, etc., floating into it. So if you have a large container, I think that this one's a 40 litre and this one might be a 60 litre. A large container, preferably with a lid. So into this container I have added a bucket 9 litres of unchlorinated water, which it is currently raining, and that is my beautiful rainwater collected over there. So 9 litres. And to that you're going to add half a block, so approximately 2.5 kilos, which when it's a little bit floofed up looks like that, per 9 litres. To this I am adding, and remember this was my microgreen growing, I'm adding sea solids. This is 80 grams of sea solids, and I'm just having a little moment to which one I added it to and which one I didn't. When I didn't add it to, and when I put that in there I then need to give that some time to dissolve. I'm also adding magic botanic liquid, which is a humate and folic acid, which is good for your roots. I follow the recommendations on there, which I believe is 10 mils per litre. This one I've already added it to. This one had 50 and that is another 40. Sorry, my ability to do things and hold a camera at the same time. What I forgot to measure out when I did this was my apple cider vinegar, which I'll just grab up here. Apple cider vinegar we add in at a rate of 2 mils per litre, so 18 mils, which I will measure out in a second. And then we add in our cocopeat to the liquid, and then we let it sit for 24 hours and absorb. The next day we go in and we break up our cocopeat, we fluff it all up, and then we add to that our perlite, which we have over here, and a form of fertilizer. So the one that I use is no longer available, and so I have found this one, but there is also questions about whether this one is going to be available. This is the one that was closest to the one I use. The rate of application for this, considered for vegetables, is 200 grams per square metre. So I am approximating this and using 100 grams. So you can add this before or after. I'm adding it before, just as a way of seeing how things go. I'm going to mix that up, and then I am going to add in my cocopeat. I will show you an example. I don't have the vinegar in here yet, but that should be okay. I probably can't do this with one hand. Nope. So that's going to go into there. Well, hey, hang on, can we do this? I did try and get a tripod so I could do this. It didn't really work. Okay, so it literally just goes into the water. It can be dusty, and that is the same for understanding when you're working with the perlite. It's very dusty. It is recommended probably to do it outside or with masks on. I have no idea whether you caught that on camera or not. So it looks like that, and tomorrow it will be, there will still be some dry patches, but most of that liquid will be absorbed, and when you fluff it up, the rest of that liquid will be absorbed. And then, as I said, from there I will add my perlite. For the students, for ease and convenience, the perlite and the fertilizer are in the same bag, just for ease and convenience of moving it around. And this, what you're being given, is enough to make one of these containers, so using half of it, but then you have another half block which you can make up your own as you see fit. Yeah, hope that helps.